Welcome everybody to another edition of the Hurry Up. I'm your host Adam. Let's get into it. Victory Monday, baby. That's right. It's Victory Monday for the Giants. You know, got to go to the game and get all the smells in football stuff. Nothing like going to a game. Nothing like going to a game and getting the smells in and getting the ambiance and the crowd and everybody walking in and, you know, just getting to let out that whoa, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's get it. And then, of course, leaving there with a victory and chanting, let's go Giants as we walk out. I mean, come on. How great is that? So let's get into it a little bit. We'll start with the offensive side of the ball. Offensively, we can't blame Jason Garrett. We can't blame the offensive line. I mean, they gave up 2 sacks, but look, that defense was pretty good coming in. They had a guy who had 6 sacks and Hassan Reddick on one side, a guy who had 3 sacks, even though Brian Burns had it on the other. That's 9 sacks combined. They really did nothing. They had 2 sacks with Brian Burns, one of the guys. And listen, Brian Burns is a beast, boy. He's going to win some games. He's going to win some one-on-one matchups. And we all know who we have on the side guarding us. Nate Solder and Matt Purp, who, by the way, played a pretty good game. And the interior of the offense played a game. Now, I know they didn't get a lot of push, and that's a lot of the things where you deal with a running back, but the game plan was good. They had Daniel rolling out of the pocket, allowing the offensive lineman to flow to either side to kind of help them in their blocking schemes, all right? Not to mention Daniel Jones making some key passes. Now, he threw some good passes. There were some dumb plays by Evan Ingram and a few other guys, but, you know, for the most part, guys stepped up. Dante Pettis stepped up, you know. Dante Pettis stepped up. John Ross stepped up. You know, Darius Slayton came back. He made some catches. He was actually leading receiver for the Giants. So, you know, you had everybody kind of coming together, and Devontae Booker scored a rushing touchdown. Who knew? I mean, Devontae Booker. I mean, at some points, Devontae Booker looked like he had lead in his feet when he was running because he had no balance. I wanted to see a little Gary Brightwell maybe get a little juice in them legs, you know what I'm saying? But they used Penny. Elijah Penny's becoming the power back. I'm glad they kept him as more of a power back than just a fullback. However, I would like to see him lead up in the hole a little bit more. You know, they do a lot of 2 tight end sets. Maybe they should do a little bit more a little bit more 12 personnel to kind of get a fullback to lead up in there. But it was good to see. Good to get some first down and some short yardage. They didn't convert in the red zone, which seems to be their issue. Which brings me back to what is going on in the red zone. I think they a lot of the time they rely too much on the run game, and they need to be a little bit more creative. Hopefully we'll see that going down the stretch. And hopefully we'll see that after the bye week. Remember, they have a game against Kansas City, then they have a 2-week layoff. So, you know, hopefully when that bye week happens and the remaining 9 games they will play, you'll see a little bit more creativity on that end. However, Jason Garrett's not at fault this week. I don't want to hear about the offensive line not doing its job. It did just enough, which that's what you want sometimes. Your offensive line do just enough while you're waiting for guys to come back from injury. And Daniel Jones put the team on his back and did just enough to win the football game, knowing that his defense is playing outstanding. He made the play of the day, probably the play of the week. You know, if you don't see that, the catch he made, the one-hander on highlight reels everywhere, then they're just Giants haters. Because as a football player and a football fan, if you're watching that, you got to put up like, man, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. I mean, if that were Patrick Mahomes doing that, oh my God, Sports Center would be melting down right now. Every national media would be melting. Did you see that guy? It's Daniel Jones, so it's like, it's Daniel Jones. But it was a phenomenal play, and it should get some credit. That's kind of the play that ignited the Giants to scoring their touchdown and the eventual win. And let's give some credit to our kicker, man. Like, I don't like to talk about a kicker too much, but dang, Graham Gano is a weapon. I'm hoping this team becomes good when he's in his prime years. You don't want him to be good in the back end. I mean, a lot of people telling me kickers can last, but he's already in his mid-30s, and you know the window for kickers, while they can go a long time, you never know what will happen. So Graham Gano, credit to him for breaking a record. Now let's get into this defense, who finally stood up, who finally didn't hear the boos this time. Because you know what? We had something to cheer for. We were there cheering for you, not booing you. Why? Because you came to play. You didn't give me the rhetoric all week. We're going to beat them and do all this. Judge put it on himself. He had them boys motivated. You got to give credit to Patrick Graham and that unit for devising a plan that worked. getting in the face of Sam Darnold and making him look like the Jets Sam Darnold. Oh my God. Sam Darnold is caca. For all those people who are praising Sam Darnold, that he was going to be this great quarterback, you may want to take those rosy colored glasses off because he was not. When you get benched for PJ Walker, let that sink in a little. PJ Walker, that means you stink. That means you stink. And it wasn't like they benched him with like 5 minutes to go in the game. They benched him with 15 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The game was 15-3. I mean, we all knew it was all but over. But 15-3, you still have plenty of time. Might have been 18-3, but it was the beginning of the fourth quarter. You benched him, and all they did was run PJ Walker out there, and they did nothing. So give credit to the Giants defense. That's all the Giants defense. Leonard Williams, you came to play, boy. We see you. You earned your game check this week. You know, Azeez Ojulari, you're gonna be a good one, man. You just gotta learn a few more pass rush moves and get a little bit more bendy and learn. You're already strong, but when you get yoked out and get the NFL strength and you learn some pass rush moves, boy, you're gonna be up there with all the other great Giant pass rushers we got. You got Quincy Roche, he played a solid game. He didn't get in the stat sheet, but had some hurries and really was a good edge setter on the defense, which is what you need sometimes. That doesn't go in the box score, an edge setter, and I think that's what Lorenzo Carter is basically good at, setting the edge. Other than that, he can't rush the pass for nobody. And O'Shane Ximines, man, I saw that guy do a stunt, and 3 times he got stunted up against the guard and blocked. I'm like, yo, you're going up against a lineman that's less athletic than you are, and you are getting stonewalled by an offensive line that was in shambles for the Panthers, and you're getting stonewalled. You are a 3rd-round pick, homie. You're playing like an undrafted free agent. And the only reason you're still in the game is because Dave Gettleman drafted your ass. But I digress. Next guy I want to talk about is 49. Benardrick McKinney signed on Wednesday, playing significant time on Sunday, making a difference. Don't let him fool you. He made a difference in that game. He did some things where he shot the gaps and helped string plays out, and that's what you need as your middle linebacker. Go attack downhill. Don't get blocked by people. Don't get caught up in the wash. Sometimes even Blake Martinez did. No, he attacked, and he blew up the ball carrier. When he came with it, he came and he knocked motherfuckers out. Okay? He just bang. That's what you want. You want like a heat-sinking missile as your middle linebacker. And Tate Crowder played well. You know, Reggie Ragland, I would take Ragland out. See ya. Go ride the pine. Play some special teams. McKinney, here you go. We're going to audition you for the next 10 games to see what you got, because maybe we'll re-sign you, because we're going to let Reggie Ragland get out of here when he's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reggie Ragland, he don't need to be brought back. Like, he reminds me of Jared Mayo, because he wears the same number. Jared Mayo, he wasn't brought back for a reason. Well, Reggie Ragland ain't going to be brought back neither. But the secondary came to play, too. Jabril Peppers having a sack, playing some good things. The good thing about what happened on Sunday was they heard their coach's message. And that's what you want to see out of the team. You know, if he would have lost the locker room, Joe Judge, they wouldn't have played this game. But when it got blown out, the doors would have been blown off, we'd be having a different story right now. Even if they came to play and lost, the message would have resonated. But they won, which means he still got them dialed in. They're still going to come to play. The captains did their job. The coaches did their job. And hey, we got Victory Monday, baby. And I don't care if you're, 1-15 and, you win another game. You got a chance to win, okay? And for Giant fans, the last few years, these have been hard to come by. So enjoy them while they are. I'm hoping this, will bring better play down the stretch. I know Kansas City's coming in. They're a little banged up. Maybe they're ripe for the picking because, they're going to come out angry. They're going to come out angry in Arrowhead Stadium. It's gonna, it's gonna be a big showdown. But if Mahomes is not cleared or is a little groggy from there, and go hit him. This is what I say about injured players. If you're gonna play that injured player, well, go test that injury out, boy. Go put it. I don't care if you get. This is a game where, to me, I don't want to hurt nobody, but if you got a guy who's a free rusher, that's where you get that 15-yard penalty, and you hit him, and you're just like, hey, we're here, and you just let him see how he gets up from that. Clean hit. Don't make it dirty. But, hey, if you get a personal foul, just make it a little aggressive. Let him know that you're coming. Let him know that he's going to have to think twice when standing in that pocket because he already had a concussion once you hit them hard. So we'll see. Enjoy this for the week. Big game on Monday Night Football. Time to let's see if that defense will have an extra time to rest up and get their game plan ready, and then let's continue the momentum. We may not win against Kansas City, but if they're banged up, that's what they say. Any given Sunday, Victory Monday, people. I'm out.